welcome to my last video of 2023. I can't believe it is already that time, but we are at my end of the year, everything that I have purchased throughout the year for K-pop video. I feel like I just filmed the 2022 one like yesterday, but here we are. I'm actually filming this on December 30th, so we're really cutting it close this year. So like last year's, this isn't going to be in order of like when I purchased it from the start of the year to the end of the year. I'm kind of gonna break it into groups based on the way that my shelves are. So like behind me is s.coups and BTS, and then it moves along in Hypen, Astro, etc, etc. So we are going to start with the one that's behind me, and it's my BTS and GOT7. So starting with BTS, the first thing that I got this year was their Love Yourself, Speak Yourself, the final in Seoul. And I knew I had to get this because I went to night 1 and night 3 of this concert. I believe the footage is mostly of night 3. I could be wrong though. And then I was super excited. This was my poll. My bias is J-Hope, so that was really awesome. And then this was my other BTS purchase, and that was Jack in the Box, the Hope edition. In last year's video, I did say, like, I wish they did something other than the packaging that they did. Okay, so if you didn't know, this was the original packaging. Honestly, all I wanted was this to be able to make a, like, origami box. But, lo and behold, he did come out with, like, a physical copy. And then my photo card pulls with that. Super cute. It's the back. And this one. And the CD is actually not currently in here because it's on my CD player and has been forever because I freaking love this album. Okay, so moving along, next is GOT7. So this I actually ordered in 2022, but it didn't arrive to me until 2023, and that is Jin Young's Season's Greetings. And I chose his because I knew that he was in listing so that he wouldn't be having a Season's Greetings in 2024. And here are some of the things that came with it. Oh, sorry, my ring light makes it really annoying. This. And my photo cards. I think the backs are all the same. It's just his signature. And then next up was this huge thing, which is JB's seasonal hiatus. This thing is so heavy. It's got, well, there was a calendar, which is behind me. There's a mini calendar, which is sitting over there. There's a like poster calendar. He was really like, you're going to count down every single day until I come back from enlistment. So that's what this is. And then here is my photo card pull. Okay, so next up is more Jin Young. So this was his Chapter 0 with album, and I did purchase both versions. This was my preferred version. I like the packaging better, and I think it's got better inclusions. I think they actually might be 2 different prices. I do think this is the more expensive one. This one's like this kind of packaging. It's a little bit more flimsy. So if you are looking to buy it, I would honestly suggest this one though. And here are my polls. It's got little messages on the back. And then next up was Bam Bam's Sweet and Sour, Sour and Sweet, Sour and Sweet. He'd be pissed I switched that, but it's like, come on, it's sweet and sour chicken. That's why all of your fans are flipping that. So at this point I did decide that I was only buying one version of solo albums just because his stuff is so huge. It would literally be my entire like cube shelf with just Bam Bam stuff. So I'm like, I cannot do this. So I did get the sweet version. I was confused because sour is also in the back, but this is the sweet version. Okay, and here is my photo card pull. And yes, see, sweet version. So that's it for their solo stuff. The last got7 thing that I purchased was this guy. I am going to see Bam Bam in Dallas in February, so I cannot wait to use this. It's gonna be so much fun. They confused the crap out of us because the first version made it look like this was black. We were all like, what is going on? But no, it is completely and totally white. So no batteries currently in it, or I'd show you. Okay, so moving this way, you can't really see it behind my tree, but next up is ENHYPEN. And if I had to pick an album of the year, it would honestly be Dark Blood. I was so obsessed with this. Bills is my absolute favorite. Karma, Shakana, like the entire album, start to finish, was my most played. And so this one, I got the half version. And my pulls, I have Sunghoon, Sunwoo, and Nikki. Then next, this is gonna reflect like absolute crazy, the Orange Blood album. So this is the Kpop version. And for pulls, I have Jake, another Nikki, and Heesung. And then I also got the Engine version of the Orange Blood album, and I pulled J's. So it comes with, I assume you always get this because I got a little J Polaroid and a J photo card. And then I also got a random, which was Jake. Now, I went to see them in concert in Chicago in October, and at all of the shows, they did these cute little special boxes that are supposed to fit your albums. Now, I only, at this point, collect one version of ENHYPEN albums, but I realized that you can take Dark Blood and Orange Blood, and it fits perfectly. So you don't have to do two of the Orange Blood. And then at the concert, this is the cutest thing. I had the light stick. I had the light stick pre-debut. But look at this. The only thing is I can't get the cape underneath. Like, it's too tight, so I don't know how you do it. So it just sits on top. During the concert, I took the cape off because it literally will just fall off sometimes. But how freaking cute. Next up on my shelves is TXT. So first I have the name chapter Temptation, and I believe this is the Nightmare version. And with that, I pulled Bumgyu. And then this one. So I refused to get the version that you had to literally like pull on the side. So I believe this is the Gravity version of the name chapter Freefall. And so with this, I pulled Yeonjun's version. And my photo card is Subin. And then I also went to see TXT in Atlanta in May, and I got their light sticks. Now I have the Moa Bong. I love that it like collapses. Whenever I try to do it though, I'm always afraid I'm gonna break it. There you go. See, I told you it collapses. It's just, you really have to like force it. Next up is &TEAM. So I have their First Howling We album. I still have not been able to get the First Howling Me. I think I could probably buy it resale on Mercari. It just hasn't been at the top of my list. I know there's member versions, so I'm kind of torn. I'm like double Nico K bias, so I don't know. I believe this is the limited A, but I could be wrong. It could be the limited B. The other one's blue. I'm not sure which is which, but so I got this, and my pull was Joe. Oh, this lighting is really annoying me. And then I also have the First Howling Now. This I know for sure is the limited A version. Try to tilt it so the light isn't really annoying you. And with this one, I pulled EJ. Okay, so I have two more things before I move on to the only pile that is left that is super intimidating, and I don't want to talk about it. But okay, so I recently just bought the novel version of Dark Moon, the Blood Altar, and the Star Seekers. Now, this I did read in its entirety on Webtoon. This I started, but I got, I think, to chapter 13, so I got further than what's in here. They both have the first 10 chapters in them. Okay, so I just cleaned everything up so that I could prepare for this section, which is literally twice the amount of everything that I've just shown you. So I know I said last year that I started to get into 17 through my friend, that I had seen them in 2017, but that I never really fully watched any of their content, etc. So yeah, this year definitely the year of 17 for me. I mean, this happened. I literally don't have a solo photo card binder for anyone but Dino, so there's that. But yeah, so man still hates me, and I literally never pull him. I have pulled one photo card and one inclusion. That is it. I constantly pull Hoshi, who is my friend's bias though. So there are a couple that I've exchanged photo cards with her. So this is not the order that I purchased them in. I actually purchased this not that long ago. But so first we have Boys B. This is the Seek version, I believe. Yeah, the Seek version. And with that I did pull Mingyu. Then I have the repack of Love and Letter. And this one is one that I did. So I pulled Uji. And then I pulled Hoshi, and then I traded it with my friend. And now she gave me her Mingyu. All one. So I actually originally had this album in Korea, and then I sold it when I had to move back because I just had way too many albums and some just had to go. So this is a repurchase. So right when their albums got reprinted, I purchased this and Love and Letter repack and pulled a Hoshi. So my own bias hates me, but my friend's bias loves me. This was also another repurchase, so you make my day. I did have a copy of this in Korea and sold it as well. This version I pulled s.coups and Junghan, and I still actually have my photo cards from the previous version though, and I have a June and a Wano, I believe. And then you made my Dawn with this Wano and another Hoshi. Okay, so this actually ended up a little bit out of order because I just bought Teenage, and I bought it Cyber Monday and gave it to myself for Christmas, so it hasn't made it to my shelf yet, but I did get Teenage, whatever version this is, I'm not sure, I'll put it down below, and surprise, surprise, I pulled another Hoshi. And then next up, we have Hengare. This is version 2. And now wait for it. Look, I actually pulled a Dino. I know, shocking. And a Wano. And then we move to Semicolon, which the version that I actually got first is only the photo book. She just sold this separately. So I did get the Dino version of this, surprise, surprise. And then I did also get the full group version. And with this, I pulled Uji, Mingyu, and my only other Dino inclusion. But proof. I haven't been showing you most of the inclusions, like the extra stuff, but this one I just had to. Proof that I have pulled him twice. Okay, next up was a birthday present from my friend. It's the Dino carrot version of Ataka, and my pulls with that. Uji, Mingyu, Vernon, and another Uji. Half of these were backwards. And then this was such an impulse purchase, so I did not realize that there were member versions of Sector 17. They're honestly really probably not what I'd say worth it, but you get a little tiny photo book, or like pamphlet, I'd say. And of course, the moment that I saw that I could buy the Dino version, decisions were made. And with that, Uji, oops, and Kpop. So I went out of order once again. I didn't realize this was sitting back there. So I also bought Face the Sun. This is the Pioneer version. Now I didn't have plans to buy this album because I have Sector 17, which is all of the songs plus more. But there is a very specific reason as to why I bought this album. The moment I knew that was a concept, it was in the cart. So, you know, there's that. My pulls, Uji. I do seem to pull a lot of Uji as well. And Mingyu. Junghan. And, wait for it, Vernon. Another Vernon. And another Vernon. They must have stuck together. So yeah, somehow I pulled 3 Vernons. Next up is FML, which I did get the carrot version, and for that I pulled Joshua's. And I do have his photo cards in here. And then for the random pulls, I pulled Vernon, DK, Seungkwan, and then I think it was another Vernon, but I traded it with my friend so that I could have a Dino. And then this version I bought at Target, which is the Fallen Misfit Lost version. And this should have a Target exclusive card. I'm not actually sure which one it is. So I have Kpop, DK, and another Kpop. And then I also have the Faded Mono Life version. So this one I did purchase with a signature. So for pulls, Mingyu and Hoshi. And then this is my only other Dino pull. And it's, of course I have it in a frame, but yes, that's it. 1 photo card, 1 extra inclusion, and a signature. So you know what? I will take the signature. Next up is their Japanese album, Always Yours. Does this say the version? I'm gonna have to look that up. Why do I want to say it was like version C? I don't know. And then my pull was Horanghae Hoshi. Next up is 17th Heaven. So this one I bought at Target, which is the PM214 version. And the pulls that I got with that, once again, this should have a Target exclusive photo card. So Mingyu, Seungkwan, another Hoshi, and Minghao. And then this one I got signed. So this is the AM526 version. And my pulls with that, Junghan, Wonu. I don't know why he looks really blurry. There we go. And Vernon. And then for the signature, I also have it in a frame. And from what I've seen, I believe this is Uji's. Can't actually confirm nor deny that. but based on like, I tried like going through and analyzing, and I'm pretty sure it's Uchi's. Continuing with 17th Heaven, so I have not one carrot version, but two. So my first pull for the carrot version was Joshua, and once again I have his photo cards in here. And with that, my random pulls were Vernon and s.coups, and then I can't remember who the other two were, but my friend pulled not one, but two Dinos, so we obviously traded. And then I obviously purchased Dino's version of the carrot version. That one did not come with the random photo cards. It just came with the ones that are like in the set. So I don't know how well you can see these, but I have them all here. Continuing on with Dino, which you kind of got a sneak peek of the photo card when I just pulled my binder up. I got the 13th tapes for Wait, so we all know that was my song of the year. Here was my photo card pull. And I have one more album left, and that is Bosoksoon, Second Wind. Now this one, I once again pulled a Hoshi. I actually pulled the Horanghe Hoshi, but I was kind of hoping that I would because my friend didn't pull it and she was super, super upset. So did trade her with her. And so now I have two DKs. She literally pulls so many DK, it's not even funny. She literally has like lines in her photo card binder that are just DK. But this was the one she traded and I'm obsessed. It's so cute. Okay, so I have two things left, but before I do that, I'm just going to quickly go through the photo cards that I purchased. So if you're wondering how I never pulled Dino and yet I somehow have like a binder of Dino, a lot of it is actually thanks to the carrot versions, but there are several that I've purchased. So this one I pulled, but these two I did purchase off of Mercari. They are Ataka era, and then you move to these were all from his carrot version of Ataka all the way to there. This I did purchase, and this I purchased, which I believe they're both Face the Sun. Yes. And then these two came with my carrot version of Face the Sun. And then these are my Face the Sun carrot version photo cards. Okay, which brings us to there. This was a trade in my Sector 17 album. Like I said, this was a trade with my friend's carrot version of FML. Then we move into the carrot version of 17th Heaven. So these were all the ones that come with like, so his stack of photo cards when you get his version. All the way to there. These are the two that I traded with my friend. That's from his 13 tapes. And then I have two more that I purchased, which are both from the Power of Love DVD, which was honestly how I first got into Dino, was seeing that movie in theaters. So I'm on the hunt for the DVD. I missed out on somebody was selling it without inclusions for $15, which, I mean, I have the photo cards. That would have been awesome, but yeah, unfortunately I didn't see that till it was too late. But those are my photo cards. Then we have, I bought the 2022 Carrotland. This was another Cyber Monday deal. And then last but not least, I got their 2024 Season's Greetings. So that was a wrap up of my 2023 purchases. I know probably more than half of the video is just going to be 17, but honestly it makes sense. They became one of my 3 alt groups, and GOT7 as a group is not active this year. BTS as a group wasn't really active this year, so it makes sense that I really dove into 17. I do plan on getting Youngjae's album. I just haven't purchased it yet. I'm not sure what version I'm getting, but super excited about that. And BTS, their solos, I mean, I absolutely listen to them, but I'm not sure if I'm going to purchase the solo albums this year. I want to focus on saving money for concerts instead of doing a lot more like album purchasing. We do kind of, well, hopefully we're gonna get O213 at some point this year in concert. Hopefully, I don't want them to push themselves too hard, but hopefully at some point Junghan and s.coups will both be back, but we'll see. So waiting for those to drop. Like I said, I'm going to see Bam Bam. I know ATEEZ is announcing a tour, so yeah, trying to focus more on concerts than on album purchasing, but I also do still need to get Love and Letter, their debut album, I think one more, Going 17? I feel like I have 3 that I still need to get. So yeah, those 3 and Youngjae's, and then I also have one Astro album that I still need to purchase. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the new year.